Hey everybody, welcome to Ranting with Ricardo. I'm here to talk about Sistas and give y'all a recap review because it's my channel. I can do what I want. Don't forget to check the description box down below for all those great things down there. Hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell so you can be updated and kept up to date about all the great things going on over here. So let's get into it. ANDI, you are the catalyst to your own problems. You're the catalyst to your own problems. You're the catalyst to your own problems. After Gary did hemmed her up in the parking garage, she go to her office. She's upset. It's giving, oh my God, y'all need to really have cameras in that parking garage? And her and Penelope talk about how they need to take down Gary, but obviously she's going to do what Gary wants. So she ends up telling Fatima what's going on, but not, I feel like not to the extent of Fatima really knows what's going on. And I truly figure, I really just want y'all to call Madam. Call Madam, call him on Gary, get him the hell up out of our lives. But obviously ANDI's not going to do that because she feels like she knows better and she can get things done. Miss Marie is threatening to take her business elsewhere, and it's just like, Miss Marie, go ahead, take your business elsewhere. You keep threatening to do it, go ahead and do it. At the end of the day, you was told about a slew of things that was going on, but you were too digmatized by Hayden to actually care. And finally with ANDI, she breaks up with Jordan, talk about it's been bad for a long time, and it's just like, oh my God, if you really marry this man, I'm just gonna turn my TV off. I'm gonna be done with her. Because next episode, she gonna bring him to the baby shower. Why would you do that? What is wrong with you? Have you lost your mind? Nobody likes him. But, you know, this is ANDI. She can never, get it right. Speaking of people connected to ANDI and Hayden and Miss Marie, Tamara went down to the office to threaten Gary to do what she wants. And honestly, it quite possibly might be the fact that she's the best gold digging wench that Madam could find, that I feel like Madam possibly gave Fatima her to set her up with Hayden in order to get at Gary. I feel like Tamara is playing chess and not checkers, and I feel like she might be the one to help take Gary down. Just being honest, just being real. Let's talk about Sabrina. Sabrina is down there. She's about to have a story written about her for the company's newsletter, being the first black bank manager, first black woman to be a bank manager. So good things are happening for her. And the guy's like, listen, we could do this whole interview. Let's do it over dinner. I feel like you'd be more inclined to talk that way. So they end up going to dinner. And the company does not want her incarceration to be listed. So it's like, ooh, not y'all trying to pretty this situation up. I mean, she was proven to be innocent when it came down to it. But okay. We also get her and the guy talking about, her fertility, not issues, but what's going on with her fertility and her wanting to become a parent and all these things that she's doing. He's very understanding. He's very I understand, and taking her feelings into account, which, Sabrina's never had, but you got to be watching them people who are very much in tune with you. It's great to be in tune, but you way too in tune to be a stranger. Who the hell are you, sir? So as they're talking, Rich pops up, almost shows his natural black behind, thinking that she's on a date with somebody else, only to get embarrassed in a face crack, foot all the way in the mouth, when he finds out that, oh no, he works for the company, he's doing a story on her. But then it gets super awkward because the guy then congratulates Rich on starting a family with Sabrina, and it's just like, ooh, messy. So Danny's having issues with the ex-wife and them children. The little girl, a kleptomaniac she is, stole Danny's vape and had it in her backpack, and I think she took it to school. So now Tiffany has come down there to check Danny about her children, and oh, you and him are not going to last. I mean, I agree with Tiffany about that. That's the ex-wife. Danny and Tony aren't going to last. I don't want them to last. I want Danny with Preston. Had Danny gotten to therapy and learned to communicate a lot sooner, I think her and Preston would have been a better couple. But she didn't. But Tony, I don't think it's going to last. So they have a little back and forth, and eventually Danny goes to see Tony, and Tony's like, oh, well, she shouldn't have come to you like that. However, I do agree with her. You need to be a better example for my children when they're in your apartment. You need to hide all of your stuff. And it's just like, we've all seen Danny's apartment. None of this stuff is out in the open. Once again, this stuff is out in the open. That little girl went looking in Danny's stuff. and found all these things. So that argument really does not work. And it pissed Danny off that it's just like, you are taking your ex's side about this. Like, your daughter is a kleptomaniac who likes searching through people's things, and that's how she's seen these things. Why should I have to put stuff up in my bedroom when your child should have been in the living room? Except she, listen, they want to get free babysitting out of Danny. Danny, just be done with it. So Danny ends up going to talk to Karen, and Karen is like, oh, you're a bad friend because you're taking Fatima and Zach's side about all of this, and you wanted him to get a paternity test even though you was thotting and bopping in college, which is not a problem, but typically people who be thotting and bopping in college turn into thotting and bopping adults in the real workforce. But okay. So she's saying, oh, you told my business here, you told my business there. And then he tells her, listen, you've always treated me like I was at the bottom of the barrel in this friend group, like I was even lucky to be around y'all, like I didn't deserve to be around y'all. So they look back and forth about that. And eventually Danny tells Karen about the whole Tiffany and Tony situation, which causes Karen to have a change in tune, and her and Danny make up a little bit and say, I love you. I don't think this friendship's gonna last much longer, but okay. But this causes Karen to have a change in tune about the whole Fatima situation, and how her and Fatima definitely would have been friends had they not both dated Zach. But it's just like, no, y'all wouldn't have, because just like you looked down on Danny, you were going to look down on Fatima. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a thou. Wow. You could keep it a $1.98. Keep the 2 cents. Y'all was never going to be friends. You look down on women like Danny and Fatima. Y'all were never going to be friends. But this causes her to be like, okay, I'm having an ultrasound. My mama said she wanted the men to go. At first, I didn't want Fatima to go, but everybody, let's go to the ultrasound. Unfortunately, Fatima can't make it to the ultrasound. Why? Because she has to work. The rest of them go down to the ultrasound. They're cool. They're great. Everything's fine. Karen don't have their insurance because Pam read up the credit card. So Miss Lisa said, why don't you get a stake in Pam's company to compensate that aspect? And it's just like, she could do that. She could. But she's going to come at it the wrong way, and it's going to cause a lot of issues. That's what's going to be the issue. She's going to come at Pam the wrong way about it, and it's going to bring a lot of issues because she does not know how to speak to people. Now, here's where we run into a problem with Zach and Fatima. Now, Zach didn't call the nanny that they hired, didn't call Angela, didn't call anybody suitable. Hell, he could have called Preston and he would have been on his tractor to come watch Michael. He didn't call nobody suitable. You know what Zach did? He called Deja. Told Deja, listen, I'll waive the late fees and all of that stuff. You come watch Michael, which she did. Here's the problem. Fatima got home and found Deja in the house with some cookies and Michael, and told Deja not to come back and threw her out the house. Fatima got home before Zach. Now, Zach coming home, he realized Deja not there. Fatima got home before he did. And Fatima chokes him out, puts him in a headlock, and so much more, and tells him about himself, and tells him not to have that hoe in her house no more around her son. And it's just like, well, you can't really be mad at her not wanting Deja around her kid, but you really should have called the nanny y'all hired or called Angela. Anybody would have been better than finding that one in the house. Hell, you could have called Connie. Anybody would have been better than Deja. But that is it for this recap review. Some light, not too much of Sistas. With that being said, I hope to see y'all next week for another one. Check out all the great content I have going on over here. Check the description box down below for links to different things. Great information down there. Hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell so you can be informed about all the great things going on over here. And with that being said, I don't have no more for y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.